I feel like posting an anti-Daedric witchcraft notice in, the South Village might not go well, because we already know that they're sacrificing people to Dagon. Oh, there's Tia jumping behind me.
That should do the trick.
Hear ye, stop with the Daedra nonsense. Attention citizens, due to the increased account of insanity in those partaking in memory manipulation, all islanders are required to report those involved in the ritual immediately. If you see something, say something. If you or another villager has been affected by... Oh god, another Daedra portal. Yeah, honestly, still accurate. If you or another villager have been affected by Daedric portals, please, you may be entitled to financial compensation in the form of seashells. Man, remember when the Southern Side sacrificed someone to prevent portals from popping up near them? How did that go for them, huh? How did that work? I really like that they brought back the Zivali, the Dremora. If anything, I know that, and I understand, that Skyrim, the focus isn't really on the Dremora and the various types of Dremora, but it's something that I missed from Oblivion. It absolutely is.
My lord, by destroying you!
And obviously, I don't expect the Elder Scrolls 6 to be very focused on the Dremora, on the Daedra either, but if we can have a little bit more of that variety in the Elder Scrolls 6, it would make me very happy. Oh god, with all the really tall grass, it's sometimes hard to see where the bodies landed. Like, I just wanted to loot a couple of them, but a lot of them are just lying in the really tall grass, so I can't easily see them. There's the Zivali. I was looking for the body, but yeah, it just got flung. It was just flung all the way into the river because of the exploding portal. Seeing all the different defenses that I can build, I'm almost imagining like a tower defense minigame or some sort of like score system where it's like, oh, how well did you defend the villages, or how many defenses did you give the villages? And that'll factor into the ending as well. So we're going to have to definitely do a lot with that. Even though I'm not crazy about Southern Side right now, I would still want to defend them as best I can. Maybe we can show them the error of their ways. That would be good. That would be nice.
Just one more. Almost there.
Yeah, just gotta head to
What do you
West.
want?
Hey, I'm helping you. I'm putting up these important notices.
Need something?
I'll have you know.
Looks like we've drawn the attention of the local hag.
Uh-oh.
Don't make any sudden movements. These things are unpredictable.
Wait, is that her?
Such ignorance. Memory manipulation is a timeless practice, a gift from our ancestors. You only fear it because you fail to understand the importance of such an ability.
How do I put this? Neither of us care. We're just couriers of this operation.
And yet, you still condone these lies? It is a harmless endeavor when conducted properly.
I don't know about all that. We've seen contrasting evidence.
Well, she said properly.
If you're referring to the mental mishaps, that only occurs if the subject struggles, refusing to part with their memories. I went through the treatment. Surely you can see I've suffered no such mental toll.
Debatable. Still, you waste your breath. We're just the messengers.
Outlanders.
I mean, there's no natives to the island. You were all Outlanders
Yes?
at one point. You know.
Yes?
Well, Haden,
That's it. Well, until my next ill-conceived promise, at least. Thanks for the help.
or you could stop drinking. Maybe if you drank less, you'd make fewer promises. He's gonna dislike that, but you know what? You have a problem.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? I drink because I make promises, and I make promises because I drink. It's the endless cycle that defines my life.
No!
Or what's become of it, at any rate.
No, because now we've fulfilled the promise that you had. So now you don't have to drink. It's a very easy cycle to break. You just don't want to stop it. Why do you hold yourself so strictly to your word?
I guess it's just a form of dealing with the past. There's something I'm not proud of buried beneath all the mead and carelessness. Something I could have prevented if I just stood by a simple promise.
The sweet roll? You know, you don't have to talk about it if you don't want to, but you keep bringing it up.
I appreciate your concern, but I think it's better if I do.
Oh, hell yes.
I spent so much time trying to run from it. But the further I get, more intensely it dominates my
It's
thoughts.
gonna be the sweet roll thing.
Maybe confrontation is the best path forward.
What happened?
It was during the war. I was an Imperial Tribune in charge of a small squadron of men. They were the closest thing I had to brothers. One day, the Stormcloaks had us pinned between a river and the mountainside. There were a handful of skirmishes. Few people died. Neither side gained any ground. Eventually, orders came down to evacuate the area. Not for my men, just for me. I remember how we sat around the fire before I left, reminiscing about our days in the 11th Training Regiment.
Some very happy music for this right now.
That's when Quester Servius pulled me aside and requested something I'll never forget. He asked me not to abandon them to such a doomed fate, to stand beside them until reinforcements arrived. I looked him in the eye and told him I'd be back for them as soon as I was able. That was the last promise I ever broke.
Well, we knew he was a deserter, so that does kind of make sense. What happened to them?
Stormcloak raiding party. 2 days after I rode off, they left no survivors.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Don't be. Not like you had anything to do with it. That choice, that promise, it was mine. No one else needs share that burden. We've got other things to worry about. I'd like to focus on them instead, if you don't mind.
Ooh, Tia doesn't hate me anymore. See, that's why we brought her along. What I will say is that now I'm wondering if his drinking started after his desertion, because then that would make more sense and I would understand it a little bit more. Now that Tia doesn't completely hate us, let me see if she has anything to say.
What do you want?
Something on your mind?
I've finally gotten around to writing your character's first scene. Want to hear it?
Oh, boy. Sure. What happens?
Well, just before the princess and the chambermaid can set sail,
Oh, boy.
they're confronted by the captain of the king's guard.
Uh-huh.
Having caught wind of the princess's plans, the captain tries to stop her, but the chambermaid steps in and challenges him to a duel.
There's a fight between a guard and a maid? I used to be an adventurer, though.
Exciting, right?
Could be, depending on how it's written.
Thanks. I figured as much. I think packing the first chapter with a lighthearted scuffle is an excellent way to keep the reader from losing interest. At least until the characters are compelling enough to carry the story on their own. Anyway, the maid manages to hold her own for longer than expected, but the captain soon gains the upper hand. During the fighting, our quick-thinking princess boards the ship unobserved and takes off.
Wait!
Realizing his mistake, the captain rushes to find a boat to pursue her.
Wait, what about the
In the
chambermaid?
meantime, the maid runs along the dock, and after some hesitation, she jumps into the water and starts to drown.
What the fuck?
The princess rescues her, and then there's this heart-wrenching scene where the maid tells the princess that no matter what, she'll be there for her. That's what I have so far. What do you think?
Man, I wonder if our decision or our conversation with her can affect the quality of the book, because that's terrible. The fight is out of place, the chase sequence is a little out of place. I recommend removing it.
I disagree. It's needed to establish the maid's priorities and dedication.
Why is there no third option? I don't care, and it's an excellent opening act. I can care and still say it's a terrible opening act. I don't want to be dismissive. I want to help her write a better book, but right now she is not writing even... She's not even writing a book that I would want to pick up at the airport book stand knowing it's going to be a cheesy romance novel. Like, it doesn't even rise to the level of something you would get from the airport. I'm going to say it's an excellent opening act because I want to see where the book goes rather than just say I don't care.
Thanks. I'm glad you think so.
Ugh. Can you tell me more about you and this really weird, probably sheltered life you lived before you came on this boat? Ship. Sorry.
Gosh, really? How am I supposed to answer? Sorry. I'm just not usually told that. Normally it's, do you ever stop talking? Or, don't you have somewhere else to be?
Crazy that someone would say that to you.
But those who know me will just say, look, it's Tabar von Quith. And then run away, and before I realize, it's a hoax. Gets me every time.
You're a lot like Haden right now, where you're very... I hope you grow on me. Hayden's growing more on me now, but right now you're a little bit like Haden at the start, where I'm just like, yeah, stay away. Who?
Where?
No, who is that? Who? I don't see him, I was just asking who he is.
Only the most elegant writer in all of Tamriel. Wait, don't tell me you've never read The Last Scabbard of Arkosh? I can never forgive you. It is a complete masterstroke.
Okay, that's the gift we give her. Got it. I have it, but I didn't like it. Or I have read it, didn't like it. Of course, my favorite part was when the protagonist killed this six-eyed dragon. That's the one with, like, a scabbard, right? Never read it, never will. I've never read it. Can we still be friends? I'm pretty sure I have read it, though. Which is why I'm confused. I mean, this one does say I have, but I didn't like it. I don't remember a six-eyed dragon. Can we still be friends?
Tough question. Maybe. But just know that I can never look at you the same.
I mean, you already wrote me as a
That book will
chambermaid.
change your life, you know. The way that he avoids tropes and subverts the reader's expectations is nothing short of astonishing. It's one of the main reasons I've decided to weave a romance subplot in my own novel.
Oh boy. Well. Are you going to experience romance first to better connect to your readers? Maiden of the Sea is going to be a romance? Let me ask her if she's going to experience romance. Not with me. I don't want her to think it's with me, but...
I think this one section is best left to the imagination.
Well.
I mean, falling in love for the purpose of writing a book is a little shallow, you know?
I'm sure people have done it before. I bet people have done it before.
What is it? Did you say something?
Something on your mind?
Listen, about that crew member of yours I came here to kill. When it happens, you understand it's not personal, right?
I'm just letting you know I'm gonna take it a little personally. If you harm someone in my crew, I'm gonna take it personally. And she's gonna say, you're a spoil sport.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
In other news, 2 of the moon sugar distributors have been located. We can eliminate them at your earliest convenience.
Perfect. There we go. Any recommendations?
It might be a good idea to kill them discreetly to not damage your reputation with the locals.
Got it.
But as long as they're dead, I don't care how we go about it.
Alright.
I'll be seeing you then.
Oh, who do I want to bring for that then? That's gonna be a tricky one. You know what? Let's stick with Tia, Jade, and Haden. Haden I can see being okay with the assassination. Tia,
You could have asked.
I feel like she doesn't really know what she wants right now. And Jade because, she told us to kill these people. So I think this might be the best way to go about it. And, if anything, we'll do this by the cover of Nightfall. That way, hopefully, there's less people to notice. Right now, I would say... And I realize that we haven't interacted with him as much necessarily, but Tastius is probably one of my favorite companions. Iriel is absolutely my favorite companion so far. I just don't know if she has a loyalty quest, because if anything, I feel like she already is maybe a little bit more loyal to me just because of the familial tie. Yeah, fortunately, it looks like everyone's asleep. Well, okay, not really. But I'm hidden, so... Oh no, how did that happen? Oh, he just
One to go.
died suddenly. Heart attack. Don't look at his body, though. If you see anything strange with his body, like a, exploding dwarven bolt, no, that's what heart attacks look like. There's number 2. Oh, and you guys are just running through town, aren't you? See? Now Jada likes us a little bit more.
That's the last one. Thanks for your help.
What's next?
We just have to wait. Our target will need people to fill these positions soon. When he starts recruiting, we need to submit our applications.
Ooh. Should I write my resume then? Tia's a writer, she can help with that.
Good to see you again.
You look distracted. Maybe it's because I just woke you up from your sleep.
Remember earlier, when we were discussing the future of Tamriel? I wonder if you'd be interested in discovering your role in it.
I mean, I'm Dragonborn. I have a feeling that I already know my role, but... okay.
I've dabbled in a fair amount of mediumship in the past. I could read your future, if you'd like.
Ooh. How reliable is this? I'm not being extorted, am I? I don't see why not. Go ahead.
Before we begin, I need to know your birth sign.
Ooh. I'm gonna say, to impress you maybe, the lover.
Now, extend your palm.
I'm gonna extend my palm. I'm not gonna mess with her.
That's odd.
Oh? What's odd?
I see nothing to do with your future as it relates to Tamriel or even this island. Instead, are you married, perchance?
I'm not. No.
I see a lover in your future. Someone you are already moderately acquainted with.
Are you flirting with me?
Neither of you knows it yet, but destiny has brought you together for this very purpose. It is a love blessed by the divines themselves.
I think you're flirting with me.
Have you any idea who this person might be?
I mean, honestly, there's not that many choices, and you're my only friend on the ship right now, or my only female friend on the ship right now. I'm pretty sure I know. No, I can think of a few possibilities. I don't want to come on too strong.
Follow your heart, then. The gods put them in your life for a reason.
No, don't go back to sleep
Hello
just
there.
yet. Oh, okay, never mind.
Till the next time, then.
The interesting thing is that we don't have a quest with her yet, though. But she's telling us our future. She's telling us that we're gonna find love. I guess you could call the mod Love Island.
You should tell Jade she could keep her opinions to herself.
Uh-oh.
Why do we even allow a Sithis worshipping shrew like her on board anyway?
To be fair, I'm not entirely sure why we did either. Especially when we know she's trying to kill one of us.
Jade had the nerve to imply that my contributions to the group are worthless, and that you'd be better off in my absence.
Oh, no.
Stuck-up, intrusive little harlot. Like a member of this Dark Brotherhood is so much better for the group.
No, Tia, you're important to the group. You're like Jar Jar Binks. You know, you're gonna wind up being a Sith Lord in the end. I'll tell her to drop it.
Thank you. I've been having trouble concentrating on my book since she mouthed off. I look forward to putting this behind us.
Anything else on your mind?
Just, progress on the book is all.
What's the latest?
So... The princess and the chambermaid sail far from her father's land. Of course, the maid stays below deck of fear of the water. The princess, however, is astonished. She gets to experience the adventure and excitement of the outside world in a way she never could while trapped in the castle. And it's every bit as magical as she thought it would be. At least, at first it is. As they near their destination, the captain of the guard and his small fleet begin to close in. And then, just as it all seems hopeless, guess what happens?
The chambermaid dies because you just really like torturing her. The princess and the chambermaid are killed, subverting your audience's expectations. They're saved by pirates.
Oh, wow. Good guess.
Oh.
A band of opportunist pirates unleash oblivion on the incoming ships. The captain orders his sailors to retreat, but our protagonist's ship is capsized. Once more, the princess saves the maid and swims her to the safety of a nearby island.
Man, how helpless is the maid? She keeps getting saved by the princess. I thought the chambermaid was supposed to be the capable one here.
Patience. Her time to shine will come. The story isn't there yet.
How about that romance subplot?
It's tougher than I thought. Oh, wait! I know! Maybe you can help me plan it out.
Okay. I could give it a try, I guess.
Perfect. Actually, on second thought, maybe I should have asked your qualifications first.
I'll have you know I've kissed one girl before.
Might
have been a mannequin.
You been, romantically involved with someone before?
It was a mannequin.
If you're just as inept as me, I have to take your advice with a grain of salt.
I've had my fair share of romantic entanglements.
Excellent! I think your insight can be quite beneficial.
Mannequins count.
So in the story, I've had the characters' relationships develop in a lighthearted, platonic sort of way. Then, after some internal debate, the protagonist decides to ask her out.
Wait, you're pairing us up?
The question is, where should you take her? I think a dinner date would be incredibly romantic, but do people still go on those?
Dinner dates are somewhat of a trope. I think a dinner date would work. Well, how about a stroll on the beach? Because, they're in the middle of a quest and a dinner date would be a weird diversion.
That could work. They could bring their own food and watch the sunset. That would be perfect.
There you go. All right.
Okay.
I better get credit for this book is all I'm saying. You put it down. Haden, no. We talked about this.
So you're what? Tia's errand boy now?
Also her ghostwriter. Did you tell Tia she was worthless?
I believe the phrase was, as useful as a stamina potion. But to answer your question, yes, that was me.
I like stamina potions. Why provoke her like this?
She's entitled, arrogant, and worst of all, spineless. I've dealt with spoiled offspring of successful families before.
She is a little arrogant.
They usually find themselves associates of my line of work.
Oh no.
They're all the same. They don't know what it's like to grow up in a world where everything isn't given to them on a silver platter.
That's no excuse to aggravate her.
Of course. You're the captain of this vessel, after all. Your word is law.
Yeah. Something on your mind, dare I ask?
Nothing right now.
Alright, I'll get back to you when we have that resume ready.
Very well.
I feel like no one's gonna like me at all. Because I'm trying to defend people on the crew, I'm just gonna wind up making everyone hate me in the end.